What's up, you guys? Welcome to Nonsense at 9, a daily show where I talk about random topics and nonsense at 9 p.m. Central every single weekday. And today I want to talk about mega churches. Now, these mega churches, they're doing too much nowadays. It looks like John Summit just performed like the best EDM act of all time at these places. I mean, the light show in general for a quote-unquote church is just obscene. And honestly, they probably have John Summit open up for the Lord there because that's what at least it looks like. There's people flying around on ropes and stuff. They're just doing too much. And I don't know what's going on with these operations. The guys who own it, they're richer than God himself. And I don't know how they get away with it because they say it's a church. And these guys just run a cult pretty much is what it looks like. But I don't get what's going on. You see these guys, they seem just like very average guys who own it. And they always wear a flannel. I've never seen them flannelless. It's always a flannel. It could be 100 degrees in Texas. They're rocking that flannel. They got glasses, and they've rolled the flannel up a little bit. And these guys are talking about the Lord. Next thing you know, they're banging half of the dude's wives there because he says that the Lord would want this. And then that guy is actually raising the pastor's kid with their wife. That's usually what goes on at these places. I mean, I don't know what's going on. These guys, they're just running a cult. I mean, they're just running pretty much a circus for the actual mass, at least from the ones I've seen online. There's probably some decent ones out there that actually focus on the Lord. But these guys are just trying to make as much money as possible and bang as many as these dudes' wives as they can. And they seem to have a pretty decent success rate. I mean, the wife could literally have a one-on-one session for praying with the priest, and then she could come back and her knees are purple, and the husband definitely thinks that she's just praying back there because he trusts that man with his life because he preaches the Lord, even though she was just getting straight messy in the back with the priest. I mean, that's just what it seems like. And that flannel doesn't come off. I'm going back to the flannel because I've never seen them flannelless, ever. But I just don't know what's going on. It's the light show they have going on. There's people flying around. I saw when we were Santa was literally flying. It's like, that seems like a little much. And they don't have to pay taxes because it's a church. So these guys, the owners are just raking in money, breaking the parishioners back, the females that is, and then just living the life, it seems. But it's just crazy that they can get away with all this, and they're always banging the parishioner. Let's call a spade a spade. I mean, these guys, even when they talk, it's like they're trying to flirt. It's like they're trying to preach the Lord, but they're like flirting at the same time. And then the parishioners just fall in love. The girls, at least the female parishioners. It's not like the Catholic Church where they're like hiding priests doing things with little boys. Like at these mega churches, it seems like they're pretty openly just banging the wives. It's just crazy, but it's true. It's true. You can't throw a music EDM concert and not be banging some wives. That's just what the Lord would want, honestly. But these guys, they seem so serious when they're talking. It usually seems like they're talking absolute nonsense. Like I don't even know if they go off the Bible or anything. They're just talking about the Lord. And they'll straight tell the guys, like, the Lord would want your lady to get on her knees for me, and I want to absolutely put her on a stretcher, blow her back out, and the guys are like, you know what? The Lord would want this. Go ahead and do it. And then she sucks the Holy Spirit out of the priest, and every party's happy, including the guy somehow. And he's raising the priest's child now because because she got banged by the priest that has $1 billion. Like, these guys are like billionaires, and they don't look like good people at all. They can pull it off by just wearing that flannel and their jeans, acting like, oh, I don't have all this money. And the places they run are just absolutely insane. I mean, it looks better. They look more fun than like a Miami nightclub. That's just what it honestly looks like. It looks like the highest version of Miami nightclub that you can find. And it's probably the same because the rich, aka the priest in this case, is just banging everyone. That's just what it seems like, at least. So it actually adds up pretty decently. They just took the model of a Miami nightclub and just threw a priest in there and says, listen, I'm going to run the show here. These lights you see, listen, these aren't cheap, so I'm not going to pay taxes. And then I'm just going to caress the woman, and they're going to want to have sex with me, and they do. That's just what it comes down to. The husbands are like, you know what? This isn't up to me. This is up to the Lord. And so, yeah, go swallow the priest's children. The whole thing's crazy, guys. The whole thing's crazy. And every time you see one of these videos, it's like, all right, this is just ridiculous. This has nothing to do with the Lord. You're just trying to have like an insanely fun time on a Sunday. And honestly, I would go. There's none really around here, but I would go. At least these huge ones I'm talking about. These little ones, they might be like spraying good word and stuff. I'm not too sure. I'm not a very religious guy. But these mega churches, there's no way. I mean, it just looks like a bunch of tomfoolery by the headman in the. You don't have to look far to know who the headman is. Just look for the flannel. It's there, the flannel and jeans, and it is there. But guys, that's Nonsense at 9. I talk about random topics like this every single weekday. I'm almost at 500 subs, so if you subscribe, that would mean the world to me. And I'm trying to YouTube full time, so that'd be great. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Why don't you like, why don't you sub? See you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Time.